The world is going crazy, man. We've had all these huge drops in the market the last 2 weeks, and I can't stop checking my investment portfolio. I can't. I go in there 5 times a day. First of all, guys, take a deep breath, okay? I have 8 ways to help you stop checking your portfolio balance 20 times a day. I'll get to that in a couple minutes. First of all, yeah, we've had some big drops. We have had 4 big drops in the last 2 weeks in the market. What do you do about it? When I first retired, man, I was checking my portfolio daily, okay? Number 1, this will get better over time for you. Now, I go in there once or twice a month, usually just when I'm giving my monthly update to check where my balance is. Outside of that, maybe one other time during the month, okay? Here's a stat for you though. Did you know that 64% of people are more worried about running out of money in retirement than dying? That's a scary stat for you. So yes, you are not alone in this, guys. You are not alone in feeling this need to check but your balance. You know, you're in the bathroom, you're on the toilet, you're checking your balance. You're making lunch, you're checking your balance. You're brushing your teeth, you're checking your balance. You are not alone, okay? So what do? How do you combat this? And I'm getting all this from Yahoo Finance. There are 8 ways to prevent or at least lessen the amount of times that you have to check on your portfolio balance. Again, I have done this. I did it obsessively in the first, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years of my retirement. Check. If not every day, every other day, so you're not alone. So here are 8 ways to prevent this. Number 1, and I found this the most helpful for me. Stress test your portfolio. What do you mean? Well, here's what I mean. What you have to do is you go online, find an online calculator where you can input worst case scenarios for inflation for, let's say, the next 5 to 10 years. Input worst case scenario numbers for the market for the next 5 to 10 years. Plug all those numbers in, spit yourself out a number for your portfolio. How you looking? If you can do that, let's say you put in, I don't know, something like 7 to 8% for inflation for the next 5-10 years, okay? Let's say you put in the market is down for the next 3 years. How you looking after you put those numbers in? If you are confident in your retirement plan, your financial plan, you should be looking okay. If not, then you got some thinking to do, all right? So if you can find that after 5-10 years of a bad market, bad inflation, there are a couple other inputs you could put in as well. Worst case scenario, running that on your portfolio helps. I know it did with me. It put me in a peace of mind. It's not like, you're going to have a month down in the market and, oh my God, I'm screwed. That's the first thing to do. Number 2, get less creative with your money. What do I mean by that? Well, here's what I mean. Instead of, for example, picking individual stocks, which are crazy volatile, right? Crazy volatile. Go into ETFs or index funds. Now, you don't have to be exclusively in this, but tailor more of your portfolio to those more conservative, less volatile, investments. That can help you sleep at night. I know, some of you are 90% in stocks and you're 65. I can't do that. If you have the stomach for that, great. Most people don't. So get more conservative and less creative in your portfolio. That can help during these big downturns. Number 3, first of all, for you guys see me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for people on moderate income. If that's something you think you might like, think about subscribing and like the video as well. And down here, if you really like it, are 2 other ways you can support this channel. You can buy my book, or you can buy me a coffee. So I don't have to go in every day and look at my portfolio. I can drink coffee all day. Here's number 3 for you. Invest your spare change. Again, what do I mean by that? They give an example on Yahoo Finance that there are apps that you can get that let you invest on every purchase your spare change. For example, you spend $4.35 on a coffee. The rest of that goes into your investments. I know it's a little bit, what, 65 cents? Yeah, okay, great. That adds up over time. And you know what also it does, guys? It gives you the peace of mind that you're actually, even in retirement, you're contributing a little bit, a little trickle here and there. If this is every purchase you do it on, that could add up, right? Just another way to think about it. What you want to do is you want to create all these different things that give you, the bottom line is peace of mind. You want peace of mind, especially if you have first retired, like I did. Now, almost 5 years into it, I'm much better. You want peace of mind. Number 4, open a high yield savings / checking account. I hadn't done that. I just started doing that 2-3 years ago. Should have done it a long time before then. Why? I just felt comfortable with my cash in brick and mortar bank. Why? I don't know. Safety reasons. A lot of these, online banks are safe. They're protected by the government. Okay, they are safe. So if you can, earn 3-4% on your money as opposed to it just sitting there in a brick and mortar bank earning what, 0.015%? Yeah, when I look at those statements, for the money that I do have at a brick and mortar bank and I see the interest, it's like pennies, right? Per month, it's like pennies. It's ridiculous. So look for a online high yield checking or savings account. Number 5, invest in a way that matches your comfort level. That's one of the biggest keys out of all this, guys. If you are not comfortable investing in how you have been investing, let's say you're 55. Let's say you are still 80% stocks and you're going to retire at 60. Are you still comfortable with that? Are you going to be comfortable going into retirement and, like what happened to me 6 months in, you have a humongous dip in the market that lasts for a year and a half? Are you going to be comfortable with the investments that you currently have in order to get through that? That's a big thing you got to think about. Instead of 80-20, maybe you want to go 70-30. Instead of risky investments, maybe you want to get more conservative. It's all about peace of mind, guys. It's all about being able to sleep at night, right? Sleep with the decisions that you've made. Number 6 of 8, rely on guaranteed income. Guaranteed income. This could, if you are into a bad market in retirement, one of your decisions may be, I want to take Social Security a little earlier than I was planning on. Why? Guaranteed income. Instead of just relying on, now first of all, you should have at least a couple years of cash on hand when you retire. Okay? That helped me get through sequence of returns risk. A lot easier than if I didn't. But even if you have cash on hand, you might want more guaranteed income coming in. One decision may be to take Social Security a little earlier than you thought you were going to do. Another decision may be to take a percentage, not a big percentage, let's say, 10, 15, 20% of your portfolio, put it into an annuity. Those are guaranteed streams of income. Those are streams of income coming in every single month that are automatically there. It's not like you have to pull, your living expenses out of a portfolio in a bad market. That's the easiest way to compound your losses, right? If you have a loss and you're not pulling much out of your investment portfolio, is it really a loss? It's not until it's realized. Number 7, set limits. If you are a compulsive checker of your portfolio, tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to do it twice a week on Mondays and Fridays, and that's it. And stick to that, guys. You may have all these impulses, every morning when you wake up, I got to check my investments. Doesn't mean you can't see how the market's doing. Stay out of that investment, your site where you have your investments online. Set limits and stick to those limits. And number 8, if all else fails, or actually this should have been number 1. For some people, this should be the first thing you want to do to alleviate all this compulsive checking. See a financial advisor. Yes, there are some good ones out there. Fiduciary, fee-only financial advisor. If you can't do this on your own, or if you would just feel better having a professional, guide your accounts, making decisions for you, and if that will give you more peace of mind, then by all means, see a financial advisor. For some of you, this should be the number 1 step. Okay, for those of you who are going it alone and feel comfortable going it alone, see steps 1 through 7. But for some of you, this should definitely be the first step. Now, I don't use a financial advisor. I went to one 35 years ago, one-time session for I think it was an hour. I felt comfortable after that. He thought I was on the right track. So I don't use a financial advisor. But if you don't, and you're getting really, really anxious about this, see a financial advisor, okay? There are a lot of good ones out there. Just do your research. Yes, you have recommendations from friends, family. But before going blindly into anything, make sure you research and research some more. So there you go, guys. 8 ways to combat this obsessive checking of your investments. And as always, from today, guys, it is going to be 90 degrees in Los Angeles in early March. That's insane, but I'm loving it. And as always, from above downtown LA, we got this.